Seen a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Greg Zuerlein, the Rams kicker, approaches, kicks it off, and here we go from Los Angeles. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. On the counter, Ingram. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That second down play nets a -4. Now Jackson forced out to his left. He uncorks it for Snead. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. He finds Roberts, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Big stop, let's go. Motion.
They'll run on first down. It's Ingram, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well. In some phases of life, that's what's known as the quick response team. Down 3, they come right back with a big return. They want to at least tie this game up.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now it's gone. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A Ram first down as Goff finds Kupp.
Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
But I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Stay with your man.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Jackson on first down. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now it's Jackson.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go. Let's do this.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now it's Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Jackson on first down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long.
Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
To throw again is Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The rookie from Washington, Taylor Rapp, there to knock that away. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 35 on 2nd down, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now a first down throw. Goff gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tyler Higbee in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Zuerlein now for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Out of the gun. Gone. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 24 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
3 down, 3 down. Hey, check it up.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Buying time to his left. It's caught by Roberts. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Come on, set. Ain't together.
On first down, Ingram. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They'll throw on first down with Jackson being chased out left. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Now Jackson throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. A good pick up there of 20 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. From the gun, Jackson sliding out of the pocket. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The great veteran Clay Matthews able to knock that one away in coverage. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Jackson will throw again. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal.
Check.
Jackson from the shotgun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
We got this.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking...
And oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Let's go, fellas.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A gain there of 30 big ones. Here's Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. That one broken up by David Long on the defensive end.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack, Jackson. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. Here's Jackson on third and long. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Throwing on second down. Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now gone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Interception, baby.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Looking for Woods that time.
And that one? Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll look to run with Ingram. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one